Hi, welcome to the Redemption Room. My name is Latasha Jones, and I am one of the co-hosts of this wonderful show. On today's episode, we have two guests. Our first one is Aaron Salter, who is actually our special guest on this episode. Now, Aaron has a remarkable story. Aaron was incarcerated for 15 years for a crime that he didn't commit, and thank God he was exonerated in 2018. Aaron has his own nonprofit organization called Innocence Maintained, where he assists and helps other people that was exonerated from prison. Now, Aaron is going to go into depth about his story on this episode. Now, our other guest is Donald Carrington, who has some amazing things for us women. I'm going to give you a hint, but you have to take a look at the show and find out what else he has for us. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Redemption Room. The Redemption Room is an urban media outlet that highlights pertinent issues and challenges for those who were once either incarcerated or who has a conviction of a felony. I'm your host Roxy, also known as Suge Rox, and I am here with my four beautiful co-hosts. We have Ms. Leslie, Benita, Yolanda, and Tasha. We also have two special guests with us. We have Aaron, and we also have Donald. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
So I'm going to kickstart it off by just asking you to share with us a bit of your journey. I know that you have catapulted into success, and you have a story. You know, you thrive in the midst of your adversity, and I would love for you to share that with all of us, and especially with Donald.
I was wrongfully convicted at the age of 21, not knowing the law and everything. I basically was railroaded. My trial lasted 3 days, and as far as me, receiving a guilty verdict and everything, jury deliberations basically, and I just went to prison and I just studied the law because it was a lot going on at that time with my family members. There's really a lot going on.
Awesome.
But I was able to write a good enough brief in order to get counsel to represent me. And when they came, they brought the money. You know, I didn't have money in the beginning, but, you know, they came and brought the federal defender's budget. And that allowed me to get a polygraph, that allowed one of my witnesses to get a polygraph, that allowed them to get a private investigator to actually investigate my alibi witnesses at this time, and they basically had to go over everything that was done. And that cost, you know, they don't have money to pay for things twice. So, you know, they was really impressed with my brief. And from there, I just went to the Conviction Integrity Unit that just started in like 2018. That's where the prosecutor basically called back cold cases for guys that's claiming actual innocence. Actual innocence is like you didn't have no idea what a crime was at, you didn't know it was involved or anything like that. And they just started seeing a lot of stuff in my case to show that I was actually innocent. Like I really didn't know what happened about the crime that took my life. I was sentenced to natural life along with 2 counts of 20 to 40 because the house in Detroit was shot up and it was like 3 people on the porch. So I got charged with all that stuff and didn't even know about the crime.
Wow.
Yeah, so they asking me to defend myself, and I'm like, defend myself against what?
Right.
Like, why should I have to have an alibi or know where I was at? You know what I mean? How often do somebody actually know where they was at like a month ago?
Right.
Like if I ask all of y'all right here, like, where was y'all at last month on the 14th?
Right.
Like, who really can answer that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So all that stuff is just like sabotage. To just downtrod us and lock us into the prison system. I'm just, unfortunately, you know, I was blessed to get out. And since I've been out, I've been trying to make sure guys never had to go through what I've been through because it's an extremely traumatic experience, you know what I mean? And you don't wish that on nobody.
Right.
Especially not them taking your life at 21. Like, you don't even have a real mentality yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, thank you
try to
so much.
add to
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I know that he would love to, you know, get insight from you and your experience as well.
Right.
So I want to know, since this show is about second chances and it's about redemption, you know, the fact that you are here with us, that's living proof that, you know, you have a second chance. You know, oftentimes it's cliche for people to say, because maybe you were incarcerated, that you can't reach or obtain success, but the devil is a lie. And you are here with us and you're living proof of that. So I want to know, what has been your most exhilarating feeling, or how does it make you feel to know that you're able to still obtain success no matter what anybody else has to say?
I put God first. You know, I went through a little struggle to get where I'm at right now, but you know, I kept pushing, kept working hard to get what I got right now. I just kept working. I basically just working at the job after job till I found something that I like, and I just kept moving. You know, just put God first.
Absolutely. If you don't mind sharing, what are your interests?
My interest is I want to sell hair and eyelashes.
Okay. I love that.
Like a beauty
It's
supply.
definitely
Like you
for it.
say,
Like truck.
big business. You say I buy hair and eyelashes.
I think you got some clients, right?
Start here.
So I know that some of my co-hosts probably have a few questions for you as well that you guys would like to ask him.
I actually have a question for Donald. On your questionnaire, you talked a lot about God, which I think is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Were you spiritual before you got incarcerated?
I believed in God, but I never went to church when I was younger.
Mhm.
But until I went to prison, then I started going to church, and then you know it was opened up. Everything just opened up.
Isn't that something that
Yeah.
amazing? You never know how he works, but he's working.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm so glad to see that you have stayed faithful
Yes.
to him and committed to him, and keep that going. That
yeah.
I mean, faith is a huge part of my life,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad to see that it's a part of yours as well.
Absolutely. I love to see it. So you were about to chime in, Leslie?
Yeah,
Go right ahead.
yes. So Donald, just out of curiosity, what made your interest in hair and lashes? Where did it come from, and when did it start for you?
I was going to one of these stores, and I talked to a guy. He was doing it, and he was telling me I can do it. But you just buy 12 bundles. Start off with 12 bundles and some eyelashes, and see how the market gonna go. Be selling it to women.
Okay.
I love that.
To piggyback off of that, I'm sorry. If you can, are you interested in sewing?
So I learned my grandma and stuff, but I used to box her with you.
I don't know, maybe YouTube videos, or you can. I know you can take classes, learn how to make lace front weaves. When I tell you, we pay $500, $600 for a nice
unit,
nice unit
Yes.
with the good hair. There you go.
And we do. So I do have a statement and a question at the same time. It's awesome that that's what your desire is to sell hair and lashes for women, to make women glamorous. But it's funny to me because I hear a lot of men don't like their women to wear weaves and eyelashes. So how do you feel about that?
They look good to me.
That's just the topic of most men. They want their woman to be natural, with, So I was just wondering. That's a good thing.
I don't judge nothing like that. I think it's how you feel. What you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, Donald, how do you think that the beauty industry that you're interested in would help the women? Some men wear units too, I see. Men wear units too, but how do you think it'll impact people?
It impact a lot. It make them feel comfortable, make them feel beautiful and everything. This and they skin, whatever.
Real confident.
Yeah, confident.
Yeah, you're right.
I have a question for Aaron. Now, I read your questionnaire, and actually, I was on your website, I think it was. No, I'm sorry, it was a Free Press article. And they were talking about how you purchased a home. I think it was, what were they, Nichols area?
Right.
Yeah, was that the first home you rehabbed?
Yes.
What made you decide to do that?
Just me, getting with the guys, trying to help them get their ID, birth certificate, all the reentry type stuff. I started noticing that these guys really didn't have stable homes. How can we try to do anything when a person don't even know where you're gonna stay at the end of the night.
Right.
So that kind of became like my main focus while still focusing on resources and things for these guys. But it's like, that's like the first go right there.
Right. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, Aaron, I got a question for you. Why, in our community, why do you believe that the recidivism rate is so high in the Black community? What is your take on that as being us going back and forth, going back and forth in jail, coming out and going back in? What do you believe is the cause of that?
Other than, people like police officers just stalking our neighborhoods, waiting on us to do something. And I'm pretty sure if they go to the suburbs and camp out like they do in the hood or whatever, they'll find them doing something as well. Mm-hmm. So that's a big, huge problem with a lot of things, stereotyping guys, Black men, all of that stuff. Because like when I was falsely accused, I was picked out of lineup. Like I wasn't even there. I had a paper lineup where it was just my mug shot and the guy actually picked me out of that. So, I mean, it's like nothing that we can do other than hold them accountable. Like, they not being held accountable. Right. They got qualified immunity. We voting for that right now. We should not vote for qualified immunity because it allows the prosecutor and the police officers to have a shield from civil liability. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
So they got a shield. So that means you can't even sue them as long as they acting inside of their duties. You know what I mean? And then clearly not, because we want to see all this stuff on TV with them stereotyping and doing all the stuff they doing to the Black man and the Black woman and the Black family because they tearing us apart.
Right, exactly.
And it's by design though, but
I have a question for Aaron. The amount of time you spent being incarcerated, how was that impact towards your family?
Tremendous impact. Like I got cousins that I literally raised that I don't even know no more. Like I don't know them. Like I sit here, changed their diapers, took care of them, fed them, did all of that stuff, and it's like I'm coming home 15 years later. They never wrote. They family never taught them like how to write and keep in touch with me and build that type of relationship. So it's like I really don't even know them now. Like they got their own attitudes, and it's a different generation right now.
Oh yeah.
So they don't care about the stuff they should care about. They don't. So.
That's a good transition. Also, I was going to ask Donald, how is it or how was it transitioning and adjusting to your life after being incarcerated?
It was hard because I thought everything was alive when I got out here. Because I wanted to give up because I was going to this company. They was telling me one thing and another thing. But like this company was telling me one thing and then another company was telling me another thing. That they gonna help me out to get on my feet and get everything together, but it was a lie. But I wanted to give up, but I just kept pushing. Just kept moving forward, and then doors just started opening up for me.
Well, I'm happy that you kept pushing because
Absolutely.
it led you on to
Absolutely.
I love that. She kind of piggybacked off of how it was reuniting with your loved ones. What was your experience like that? Aaron shared his. What was yours?
Different because, like he said, people that he like changed diapers. Like I changed my little cousin diapers, and I seen them when they were little. But when I came home, they was grown, and it was all different. But our bond we got close. We just knew we was family, so
Aaron, I have a question for you. Since you've been exonerated from that case, have you followed it at all? Do you know if they actually found the person that actually did?
We had to literally solve the crime so I get out. Like I knew the person, they knew the person that did it, everything before I even got out. I wouldn't have got out. Like it's hard for a guy to get exonerated.
Wow.
Extremely hard. Like we had to solve the case in order for me to come home. You know what I mean? So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate that you have these detectives and forensics and prosecutors, they know who did the crime and refuse to put that work in. I've been in that situation with my big brother. They know who actually commit these crimes, and they just sit back and punish somebody else or let them stay out here on the run and don't even take the time to go and arrest the person. So now either we have a family whose life been taken either way. Somebody is either going to go to jail
Right.
or we're never going to get a case solved. And I feel
Right.
like the system fails a lot of us, and I feel like the system needs to do better.
Absolutely.
Be rebuilt,
I feel
restored,
like we need to
restructured.
be the system.
Yeah.
I feel like we've
That
been
part.
relying on other people way
Too long.
to
Absolutely.
do what we need to be done.
Absolutely.
And that's why I started my own reentry process with this housing.
Yeah.
I literally go out door to door and connect with people for jobs. Like
Oh,
I didn't have all type of like jobs. I'm trying to get guys in the dispensary right now.
Okay.
Because you know these guys like different. Like these guys about to be millionaires and all of that. They not about to go work at Chrysler.
No,
they not
right,
about to go
exactly.
Right.
cut no grass.
Right.
Like they not about to do that type of
Right.
stuff. So we might as well put them in a lane where
If they're
they can
comfortable
get the
in
best
it.
out of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's something that the regular reentry service would have never done or considered. You know what I mean?
Well, with you being exonerated, do you plan or have you initiated any type of civil retribution for that?
Oh yeah, I've been fighting since I've been out. Going to civil suit. Should be coming up soon. Yeah. But it's take a while though. Like people, they think like you're just a millionaire overnight. Like no, you gotta fight for that stuff. They're not giving you nothing.
Yeah.
Even if they let you out, like you still gotta fight because you gotta prove that qualified immunity thing. You gotta prove that the officer didn't just make a mistake, that he deliberately, you know, did that and violated your constitutional rights. And that's the thing that what I'm trying to do is educate the community now on them type of things.
Do you think that the officer just chose you, or do you think it was it personal?
I think when somebody put a single mugshot photo in a lineup for a person to pick them out, I think that's extremely personal.
Absolutely.
I don't think that is no explanation in the world that could make up for that, because you got an option to put this guy picture in a 6-person lineup, but you highlight it because you so arrogant, because you got qualified immunity on your side that you can do this type of stuff. Because you know that this guy may not have the educational background. He might be slow. He might haven't been going to school, selling drugs, all this stuff. You know. The jury don't know this stuff, but you know this guy education level. You're supposed to, you know, test that.
Right.
I have a question for the both of you. How has it been and how was it then mentally, knowing that you were incarcerated? Like, how was that? And does it impact how you live now? I'm pretty sure that it does, but like, what's the extent of it? Like, how is your mental doing with all of it?
Mental straight. Yeah. I just kept a smile on my face, and then I came out still have a smile on my face, and just working hard. That's it. And everything just fall in place and everything. I just kept a smile on my face.
Absolutely. Thrive.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
Me, I when I went in, I was extremely bitter because I felt like the justice system railroaded me and everything. So I fought a lot. I read a lot. I prayed a lot. Gave up on God. You know, found the Moorish Science Temple of America, a different religion, different understanding, everything, and it just helped develop me better as a man. And when I really became a man, is when I start understanding like the way things work. And you can't be so weak and do all of that stuff. That ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah.
So do you believe in God now?
I do. I wouldn't have got out if it wasn't for God. Because in 2018, the Conviction Integrity Unit had just started. You know what I mean? And they just got me out. Like, it took them a month to get me home. And I've been fighting 15 years in appeal courts.
Wow.
That wasn't designed to free nobody.
At all.
Right.
It's not designed to free anybody. Like, they could be like, a guy could make an argument one way, and they could see that, okay, this guy maybe didn't know how to argue this, versus them, you know, hiring him some help or appointing him some help. They'll shut a guy case down.
Wow.
I'm a
So,
mother of a convicted felon.
Mhm.
And he was convicted. They didn't see his face. They convicted him stating his gait, the way he walked, right? So when we went back to appeal court, now I paid $7,500 to have this appealed. The court I didn't have that type of money. So, I had to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
They shut it down. And the reason why we went back to appeal it, his attorney didn't say, I think she said 5 words. She did not fight for him. But even though we tried to appeal it, I paid to have it appealed, they shut it down.
Usually though on appeals, they fight with the words, right? And they might go there and have to elaborate on the words. But I don't know. That's
right. And the appeal, the attorney that we had, she basically said that we paid money not just to hear her breathe. Not to say anything.
Yeah, they cold though, but you can't. That stuff will make a person bitter. And that's a lot of stuff where I'm trying to get everybody over that stuff because, like bitterness, you can't think. It elevates your blood pressure, all of that. So we just need to get better. And that's what my grandmother taught me in there, which caused me to change. Before she passed, she was like, she was bitter at the situation. I can't tell y'all the situation. It's a family situation, but she was mad at a person. And she basically taught me that, all these years I've been mad at this person, but it wasn't, the bitterness was affecting me. It's not affecting them.
Right.
And I had to heal. She told me basically that she had to heal. Because she was strong. Like my grandmother raised 7 girls and 2 boys. You know what I mean? So,
I understand.
Extremely strong. And for her to say that, like she can hold a grudge. That's what I mean. She can hold a grudge. And for her to get over that grudge and teach me that was the most important lesson I ever learned in there. Was overcoming bitterness.
I love how you shared that your grandmother was a pivotal part of, learning and developing certain things to help you get through. Do you have anyone or a person, an individual, a quote, a moment that just helped you get through those moments when you were incarcerated like Aaron has?
Yeah, I had my cousin. My cousin was there. My daddy, he was there, but he passed. And Carlene, they was there with me, what I'm saying, going through this, the prison with me. They were there with me. So I had people to have my back.
Very important.
Support system is
Yeah, because if you don't, if the government, the system doesn't see you have a support team, they'll just be like, oh, well, nobody cares anyway. And I had that happen to a sibling of mine where the courts was like degrading, like, well, no one cares because no one is here. And I just so happened to walk in the room and the whole conversation changed. Someone does care. Right. You may not see, but someone does care. And a lot of times they'll say, well, when you don't have nobody, oh, well, you're this and you're that. And I feel like it's very important for support. Support is the biggest thing that everybody needs. Even doing like off subject, my sister just, beat COVID. And when I tell you my support was my family here, and me and my children. Outside of that, it was nothing. It was the hardest, but it was like, where's the rest of my support? And without my family here, I don't know how I could have survived it. I don't know. But support is definitely mandatory.
For everybody.
Absolutely.
When we talk about support, also, it makes me want to ask a question. When you were incarcerated, this is a bit of a tricky question sometimes for people, but when you were incarcerated, did you develop? Sometimes you don't develop friendships, but sometimes you do develop friendships with people or conversations or moments that you have with people that stuck with you or that helped you get through. Was that an experience that you all may have had? Did you develop any friendships or, what I'm saying, anything like that?
Yeah, I was going to the nation service for a minute, and then I used to have guys used to, help me with certain things, every day, and like my reading and stuff like that, and they was helping me build it up.
I love that.
When I was incarcerated, and then worked out every day, and they was there for me.
Good, yeah.
And what was the total time that you were incarcerated?
I did 15 years.
15 years. Wow. And then was it hard to like? She talked about certain things, but what about like social media and things like that? Like, was that a big change for you from?
You never seen it. You got locked up in 203.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but we got locked up, man. We was talking. We got locked up
same
time. Same amount of time, and I know like we wasn't on that.
Yeah, that
social
wasn't.
media.
Right. So now that
It
you out,
was next for the church.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's totally different now.
Yeah,
like
totally
it's
different.
like the Jetsons type situation right now, right?
How did y'all feel about seeing social media though? What was your interaction or your take to first experiencing that?
It was kind of hard. Like my people, they was helping me how to use the phone.
Yeah.
Put my little pictures on it, on Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah, so
It was a challenge.
it was a little challenge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My son came home earlier this year, and over the phone, he said, "Mom, I want an Apple." I think the 12 had just came out. So I was like, "No, I'm going to get you a flip phone." I said, "You're not going to know how to use it anyway." So when he got home, I did get him the phone that he chose. And he came home, and he was like, "Whoa, what is this?" I said, "Exactly."
A little computer. That's what it is.
Exactly.
So
And
Aaron,
that's good because a lot of times, like when I came home and the brother probably could say the same thing, like we taught ourselves. Like I got a computer and I really taught myself because wasn't nobody like my schedule everywhere.
right.
Like I'm gonna get somebody to sit down with me and I can't, So I really just click everything and I learn,
Well, my son was blessed, I would say, because I'm still alive. I work from home, so that was a blessing. And then I have a younger daughter. So she was able to walk him through everything. He was like, "Hey, Mom, Mariah," all day. I was like, "Please help him." Even setting up a bank account. It was just, so I know it's challenging when you come home and if you don't have the person, or anyone to sit there and have the patience to walk you through or teach you, even banking, building your credit, cell phones and stuff like that. It can be challenging.
Absolutely.
So I have endured that this year.
How was it?
Challenging. It was challenging for me
A lot of
because
work
my
was.
son is 31. So when he came home, it was like we're back in elementary, or so I'm teaching, and I had to take him to get his driver's test and driver's license and everything. But I'm gonna tell you this, that was the best feeling for my son to come home. Just him being at home, not home, it was, oh my God, it was an emotional wreck. So I can, feel for your families because I was rocking in that seat. And I would tell anyone, it was hard not knowing, about your child's whereabouts. So it was different. And I'm happy that you guys are home and able to help and, assist. I'm proud. My heart is just proud and smiling.
And doing wonderful things in the community.
That part.
Like, we need y'all. We really do.
Absolutely. I wanted to know specifically for you, Aaron, how important do you feel that, and you as well, because you're, desire to start your own business and catapult it, but how important do you feel entrepreneurship is, especially in this day and age? People don't really want to necessarily work, like you were saying earlier, punch into like that 9 to 5 all the time. So how important do you feel that entrepreneurship is, especially considering those who were incarcerated? When they come back, I think that's a great realm and route to take, what I'm saying, because you're on your own time, you can do what you love, you can do what you desire. How important do you feel entrepreneurship is as it pertains to those who were incarcerated?
I feel like it's very important, but I think that people have to be ready for it. Like, that's a lot. Like you adjusting already, so you got to really be ready or have a good team. And I'm still building my team 3 years out. So that just lets you know, because ain't nobody out here working for free.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You got to think about the finances.
Sweat equity. Everybody not putting sweat equity in. You know what I mean? Just because the ideas sound good, people got bills that need to be paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you can pay the bills, then
Yeah, because I think the generation with the 30 and out is done. Like going into one of the plants, like you mentioned, and you just go in there every day, do your 30 years and retire. I think that's done.
It is.
I tried to work at a plant, and it's just like because of my being incarcerated all that time, and like when I was in there, I'm just like, this a pole barn. All I'm doing outside every like 25 minutes. I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm not doing that. It's not the job that I'm supposed to be on.
Right.
And the temp service was just calling me like, when you coming back?
Like never.
I'm coming back for this.
No.
But then I, start producing hard on my own business, landscaping, demo, all that stuff.
Awesome.
So that, you know, I kind of guess that was the way I was supposed to go with it.
Yeah. So for you, Donald, what was your reasoning behind wanting to even start the beauty industry? You know, selling bundles and lashes. Like, was it something that triggered you to say, you know what, that's my niche, that's my niche right there?
Let me say, because I work in the factory, like you said, but you got to stand all day. All day, you got to stand all day. It was just, I was trying to, like, try to make money on the side so I can leave, because I was going to be a tow truck driver, try to do that. And I just wanted to do something different. Like, I have this hustle and then have another hustle, and just try to, you know, see what's going to be best for me.
And you saw that we spent our whole check.
You have really tapped into $1 billion industry.
Yeah,
Like, seriously, you have. We could never have enough hair.
Right.
Or lashes.
Especially for women who go through cancer.
Yeah.
Breast cancer, they lose hair. That's
And the wig
That's a
comes in
good-
handy for
yeah,
them.
the wig
So
come in
I have
handy.
a question for Donald. So is your passion, like, do you have full passion for the beauty industry, or is this just something that?
It's something I'm trying to start, because I'm trying to,
And
like, I
then
got the hair and
expand. Yeah.
asking ladies what type of hair they like and stuff like that. So I'm just starting.
Okay.
Doing it, so.
Because I like all type of hair.
Right.
So where do you see your business in 5 years? Where do you want to
I
see
would like
it?
a beauty supply store, you know, beauty supply store.
Okay.
You know, everything from
My
men.
discounts.
Yeah.
Right.
You remember me?
yeah, because like one of them said, men they
wear pieces
wear
too,
those
yeah.
too now. For some of them that don't want to let it go, they like, you know what, I'll put that on.
Trying to learn a lot from
Yeah.
Yeah.
business.
So what barriers, well that is a barrier,
Yeah.
kind of so to speak, that you wish to break as it pertains to entrepreneurship? You said opening up your own beauty salon. Is that the only goal or desire that you have in terms of that?
No, it's like clothes, you know, doing clothes,
Retail. Okay.
Retail.
stuff like that.
So you just in fashion.
Yeah.
Like the glamorous stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
So you want your own fashion line?
I won't mind that, yes. I won't mind.
So Aaron, is there any words of wisdom, empowerment, anything that you could give young men that are watching, or even Donald, that just gives him, you know, the push to continue to prevail? You know what I'm saying? Because second chances, they're here, they exist. You know, you're not left behind just because you experienced something. That doesn't mean that you can't catapult or succeed. Is this something that you could just share with them to just let them know that they are destined for success no matter what society decides to tell them?
Right.
They truly are. And one thing that I studied that helped me get out of my head so much was the power of intention. Like a lot of people not aware of the power of intention and what it can actually do. It actually got me out of prison. Like I told everybody, like I'm going home this year, every year. So my family was tired of it. It was like, well, he ain't, you know, and they gave up. Like a lot of people gave up because they like, he keep telling us every year he coming home. But every year I was getting closer, you know what I mean? So it's just the power of intention. It's a great thing, though.
There's power in words.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. Manifest it.
It is.
Right, you
Absolutely.
basically manifested that will come. Constantly speaking it.
Yeah,
And
'cause
reiterate.
even though all the stuff that I done did already, I still found time to become a personal trainer. Like I literally worked down the street at Sport to LA Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah, so I willed that. Like when my daughter was born, because she was premature in March 15, 2020. Like all the time that I was watching her at home, I was online. Like I'm about to get this. I'm about to get this personal trainer stuff. I got time to sit down and let me get it, and I got it. So,
I love that.
so I hope that's enough to show a person that you know, power and intention is enough.
I like that.
Yeah, that sticks to
I like
it
it.
Yeah.
So if we have people, our listeners or watchers who are watching you, how can they get in touch with you? How can they reach out to you if they need help or if they just want to talk to you? Do you have
Or need a personal trainer.
Or need a personal trainer?
Absolutely. Y'all can go to InnocenceMaintained.org. all the information there, my story, everything I'm doing, except for the personal trainer because I haven't updated that because that's recent, you know what I mean? But anytime you want to get in contact with me, I'm here. We have a shelter on 7 Mile and Woodward on the north end, so we pass out food on Wyoming and I want to say Puritan with the Moors, Brother Fuqua Band. So we do outreach, like we doing everything we're supposed to be doing. I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about others, community and things like that. You know?
So you say you have a shelter at 7 Mile and Woodward?
Yeah.
Where? I grew up around there. Where?
Actually on Longwood, a street called Longwood.
Okay, I do know where Longwood.
Yeah.
On a street like that.
Okay.
It's a lot of Airbnbs on the block.
Yeah.
So it's a nice neighborhood.
It
It's not
is.
like it used to be.
It is nice.
Yeah, you could literally see Woodward from our front porch over there. So,
Yeah.
you know, we invested heavily in that neighborhood.
Providing resources to all of them. So, Donald, if there was anything that you would like for us to know in regards to you and your business and what you want people to take away from it, how you feel that it can catapult, is there anything that you would like to know, like any final words?
They just gotta stay focused, have the mindset that they want to change their life. Like really want to change their life instead of coming out doing the negative stuff. Just have the mindset that you want to change.
Absolutely.
That's the thing you gotta have.
I love that.
Yes.
I'm happy that you guys had this conversation with us. You are evident that second chances do exist, that transformation is about to happen in our community, that a business is going to be catapulting and blessing us with bundles and lives. You are over here right now.
So can you tell us what is the name of your business?
Right now, I ain't got the name of it yet, but I'm gonna get it together. I'm just starting, just trying to put myself out there. I'm just selling that work. So
No worries.
So it can always be done.
So if someone wanted to contact you to purchase a bundle or some lashes, how would they do that?
My phone number.
Okay.
Good.
You go. Is it okay for you to say it? So.
My phone number? Yeah, 313-662-8108. My name is Donald.
Okay, so we're gonna have Donald Bundles.
Yeah.
I love it. Enhancing women's confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for chit-chatting with us. I enjoyed it. Nice meeting you both.
Yes, thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure.
That's it, you all. Thanks for tuning into the Redemption Room. Stay blessed.
So what did you think about Donald?
I love Donald. I love how he's using his business to help give women confidence. He's really passionate about it. So for that to come from a man's perspective,
Right.
I loved it.
Okay. All right. What did you think, Yolanda?
I thought he's very transparent person. He's really into fashion. He's into things that look good.
Oh, okay.
You can see him.
Yeah.
So he's
So okay. All right. What about you?
I love his faith. His level of faith. How he said before he was incarcerated, like he did believe in God, but he didn't go to church. Like he didn't really, study like that. But prison brought him closer to God. And I know that when you're into your faith like that, one of the hardest places you can be is in the waiting room. And being patient, because we don't know what's going on, what's happening, but it made him even stronger. And he's even stronger. He's even stronger now that he's out. And I think it's wonderful. I think he's gonna be very successful with his business. We love bundles. We love lashes.
Here we is.
And like Rodney said, he's very passionate about it. So I think he's gonna do wonderful.
Okay. Great. And what about you, Benita?
I like that he was pretty open, definitely full of fashion, and he really touched me when he said that, no matter what got him through his whole prison term was he focused on keep moving, keep pushing. He didn't give up, even though he said at some point I wanted to give up, but he did not. He kept pushing until, and he's still pushing to this day. So I definitely love that about him.
What's the name of his business that he already
He said
has?
he doesn't have one as of yet, but he's gonna come up with something. So Yolanda said Donald Bundles.
So then he said something in regards to keep pushing. So incorporate something in regards to that because it'll give him more of that push.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I think that'll be really good. What about you, Leslie? What do you
I think for him even to step into and do a business that has majority women is a thing for itself. Like for him to even have that stance, and have that confidence to do it, that I can sell some hair, or I can sell some lashes, and he's not wearing it, or you know what I'm saying. So that lets me know that he has a like a
He got that
passionate
confidence.
and confidence. So yeah, I like him.
All right. Let's see if we can do business with him.
Let's see. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm Kimberly Marcelino.
My name is Donald.
All right, I'm the Vice President for the Redemption Room. Pleasure for you being here today.
Thank you.
How did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoy myself. Feel comfortable.
Did the girls make you feel comfortable?
Yes, they did.
All right. So, you wanted to start a business in regards to hair,
Yes.
right? Is there anything that you would like to say before we render our decision to you?
I'd just like to say thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah.
You know, being with y'all ladies and guys, and you know, enjoying the experience.
You enjoyed the experience?
Yes.
Amen. So here in the Redemption Room, we want to be able to offer change. We want to let you know that, you know, despite what you have been through,
Yes.
we're still here to lift you up. Life can change, and it can change for the greater. And so in that, we do want to offer you an opportunity to do business with you.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You accept that?
Yes, I accept it.
All right, great. So we are happy to be able to announce that, you know, to the world that, you know, we have a partnership, and we just want to be able to see you flourish. Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for tuning into the Redemption Room. If you all would like to be a part of our show, make sure you stay connected with us and go to our website. It's www.westwoodnewstalk.com. And if you all would like to stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms, we have YouTube, Westwood News Talk across the board, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Snapchat. Be sure to stay connected because you don't want to miss the greatness that's in store.